Did George Santos lie about his mom dying in 9/11? This is really, really sick stuff. We're talking about Republican Congressman-elect George Santos, elected by the voters of New York. He lied about his employment history. He lied about his educational history. He lied about being Jewish. He appears to have lied about his grandparents being refugees from the Holocaust. He appears to have lied about so many different things. He is now under criminal investigation. But here is an explosive new claim. This is a Mediaite report. George Santos alleged that the 9/11 attacks claimed his mother's life, and 5 months later said she died in 2016, 15 years after the 9/11 attacks. Listen to this. Yashar Ali flagged these tweets from 2021 last night. These appear to be contradictory claims, to say the least. On July 12th of 2021, George Santos tweeted, 9/11 claimed my mother's life. 9/11 claimed my mother's life. 5 months later, in December of 2021, he said his mom died in December of 2016, which is 15 years and 2 months after 9/11. This is his tweet. December 23rd this year marks 5 years I lost my best friend and mentor. Mom, you will live forever in my heart. Santos' campaign website states, quote, George's mother was in her office in the South Tower on 9/11/2001 when the horrific events of that day unfolded. She survived the tragic events on 9/11, but passed away a few years later when she lost her battle to cancer. Anybody have any idea what's going on here? Because I certainly don't. And the article writes, although many at Ground Zero in the aftermath developed health problems like cancer, 15 years is not a few years later. So what of this is true? I have no idea. As a reminder, Mediaite reminds us, Santos also claimed he lost 4 employees in the 2016 Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando. However, none of the 49 people killed are linked to any of the places that he even claimed to have worked, which is a whole other story. I don't know what the truth is, but it is natural to be extraordinarily skeptical given the disgusting nature of this guy's lies. Now, is he ultimately going to be forced into resignation? I don't know. We're running out of time. I believe he should be. He has shown a willingness to lie for what he believes to be personal gain, but also, even if you want to argue or suggest that there are other motivations, like, for example, he's just a pathological liar, there are people who, it's almost reflexive. They just lie. They lie. You know, I've told a couple stories. I was reminded of another person I know where it was like a reflex. It was quite literally a reflex. And I remember having a conversation with them where I said, oh, yeah, you know, like at the time I think we were using Constant Contact for email, where I go, yeah, we use a service called Constant Contact for email. They're actually, they're pretty good or something. And the person said, oh yeah, my uncle works at Constant Contact. And I said, oh really? Because Constant Contact's based like in the Boston suburbs. I didn't know you had a, like, oh no, well, yeah, he works remotely for them. Oh, huh. It wasn't true. Just it's natural instinct to just lie. If that's part of what is going on here with George Santos, that also doesn't make him a particularly good candidate to be a member of the House of Representatives. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. The pressure to resign is mounting. The criminal probe is a real problem at this point, and that may be what pushes him over the edge into resignation. But at the same time, he may be one of 435 members of Congress starting next week, which would be yet another embarrassment and humiliation for the United States. Not to the degree of Trump being president, certainly, but it will certainly be a humiliation. We're going to try to get him on the show. I would love for him to tell us in his own words what all of this is about. I don't know that he's going to accept that invitation. When you're working during the day, when you're on the go and you're in the mood for something sweet, don't reach for the candy bar. Go for something that's just as good, but without the sugar and carbs. Our sponsor, Monk Pack, makes delicious keto granola bars and nut and seed bars. They're tasty, crunchy, gooey, sweet and salty. I love them. but each bar has only 1 gram of sugar, 2 to 3 net carbs, and about 150 calories. Perfect if you're doing keto or low carb or low sugar. You can have a treat that feels indulgent and satisfying without the guilt. Monk Pack comes in flavors like sea salt dark chocolate, caramel sea salt. They just launched 2 new flavors I love, peanut butter cocoa chip and dark chocolate cocoa. My favorite thing is the texture. I've tried a lot of these nut bars, granola bars. Monk Pack is superior. If you don't agree, you get your money back, and it is the perfect holiday gift. Go to monkpack.com and get 20% off your first order with the code PACMAN. The link is down below.